If I were to tell you that we live in a crazy, mixed up world, I don't think that would be a surprise or something you would disagree with. Regardless of where you fall on the political or religious or whatever spectrum, I think you'd have to look around at the world we're living in right now and the culture that we're kind of in the middle of right now and say, man, things are just crazy. And what's even crazier is that so much of the stuff that's said and the information that's pushed out, we can see that it's not true, but the people saying it and the people presenting it seem to absolutely believe it. And this is not, it's not my goal right now to point out any person or any group or anything like that. I would just ask you to take a sincere look at the people who are the loudest in our society right now, politicians and a lot of other people who are saying some of the craziest stuff. And when you look at them, you just go, man, they actually believe what they're saying. And it's crazy. I look at people who are sincere, and I've heard most of my life that you can be sincere but also be sincerely wrong. I think that the same would hold true to principled living. I think that you can be a principled person but be completely wrong. It's interesting to me to see, again, those who are speaking the loudest, and they seem to hold to their principles. And even now in our political world, we see people who are hurting their constituents, who are hurting the people they're supposed to represent, but they're making decisions based on a principle that they believe is actually true. The principle is wrong, but they're hanging on to it. So they are very principled people, they just have the wrong principles. And I want to say this because I think this is very important. I hope that people will say of me that I'm a principled person, that I live a principled life, that I say what I mean, that I believe what I say, and that I live my life according to it. But I do want to say this, and this is important. Principled living is not the goal. The goal is to have the right principles and live your life according to those. With that, you can change the world. To have principles does not make you unique. To live according to principles doesn't even make you unique. You can be sincere and be sincerely wrong. But as you go through your life, instead of just grabbing a hold of principles and hanging on to them, whether they make sense or not, you need to determine that the principles you're hanging on to are the principles that matter. They're principles that are right. Have the right principles and live your life according to them. And then expect that those principles, the ones that you're hanging on to, will absolutely change the world.